Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure. Welcome back to the Satisfactory Railwerkz. We're here at the command centre, because obviously, I just wanted to show you some work in progress. Now this is the original sorting system going on here. I have upgraded it. All of this kind of glassed in bridge effort stuff is new. This bit under here isn't. He's not new. I can't get rid of him. Can't get him out of here. But this is not fit for purpose. Why is it not? You want to know what's through the green tunnel? We've been there before, but I'll show you again. It's just, that's where I'm gathering sulphur at the moment. There's no other purpose to it right now. Later, probably will be. I might even integrate it somehow, but I don't know. It's not fit for purpose, and I'll tell you why after this important message. Right, so what you're looking at here, these are all the inbound belts, and I've got buffers all over the place for storing excess goods as they come in. So you've got, now what are we looking at there? 8, right? There's 8 belts that come in from the 4 platforms below at the rail station. They will all unload quite merrily and zip along into 8 double stack storage doodads, where they come out as 16 belts going into another bank of 8 there to provide kind of ongoing storage. It's a storage buffer. Now, it's all backed up at the moment because I haven't got the final dump set up, and also because the belts aren't connected any further, because we're now into the new bits. Now, historically, that would all 16 belts would gradually blend down and mix to be just one belt, which means the maximum throughput you could get was 1 belt's worth. Now, if you've got a ton of trains coming in, and the ideal is going to be that the second one train leaves, the next one's waiting to come in, well, that's just not going to work. It frankly isn't going to work. So I've doubled it. So now we've got 2, it boils down to 2 belts. And even that feels too small, but the goal is that almost nothing should end up here at central storage. It should all be getting used. I shouldn't have a massive surplus of material coming out of things. So I've started rebuilding all of these. I've got a new blueprint that is wrong that I have to fix by hand, but we're getting there. Let's follow the belts around, the walkway around. Quite happy with the layout. Yeah, it's not convenient for making use of this stuff, but you're not supposed to use it all the time. It's just because I'm at the stage where I'm using it all the time for project builds. Yeah, I am going to put like a blanking plate in the middle. It's just a standard wall segment is too wide. It doesn't quite fit. Are you sure? Oh, we're going to have a look, aren't we? There. So if you wanted to put one right there, does it block the hole? Yes. Yes, it does. It's because, well, I mean, I built these closer together than the previous effort, just so that I could store more stuff. And actually, I've probably got too many storage things. All these ones marked A item, they're undesignated at the moment. But I've tried to put things into a logical order so that, because it's all going to be like a mental map for me to know where things are. So you've got concrete and encased in, I think of that as rebarred concrete rather than encased industrial beams. Then frames and frames. So I've got motors, rotors and stators just up here. See, look, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, motors, alright, stator, motor, rotor. Call it what you will. I've got all the metals that are kind of next to each other. This is all sort of computery bits. Technical. yeah, very, very technical. I've even got some supercomputers, but they're queued at the moment. They were just left over from the burner base. Haven't done the corners yet on this. This is going to be something that I end up working on continually for ages. And then I need a path, because that there, hold on, if we jump off, that's the station under there. And I quite like that it's open to the environment, but what I'd like to do is formalise it a little bit and make it so that it's not quite so budget. This isn't the point of today's escapade. No, not even slightly. I just thought I'd show you because I've been working on it. This is just a dump container. So if I'm carrying stuff that I want to get into the system, I just drop it off here and it will feed into the overall doodah. Looking down on the station here, lovely. Yeah, it's nice. There's work to be done. There's bits and pieces topside. There's bits and pieces of stuff that you kind of go, yeah, that's quite nice. These, I've rebuilt those. They're nice. Yeah, but you're not there yet. No, not by a long way. Anyway, we're off on another vehicular adventure to get to today's project. And I think it is the biggest one. This is the biggest one we'll ever do. Which is probably the biggest one we'll ever do. Right, let's go. Because it's quite a long way away. Now, we're dealing with iron. And primary iron products. So that's iron plate, iron rods, and screws. I'm on the fence about reinforced iron plate at the moment. It would make sense to do it in the same place, but it means that I have to rethink what I've already built for it. I don't want to. So there's that. Yeah, I haven't marked out my road yet. I really should. But hey ho, never mind. Yeah. Okay, right, now we're off this way. We're not going the same way as last time. We're going this way this time, which is much more convenient. Yeah, it's good. And I've got some ideas for interior cave builds later on. We just drove right past the cave. You saw it, yeah. But we're not ready to deal with that yet either. Now, the track is already built all the way out there, but because it is for a project that is not finished, I haven't done the pillars. If we look back there, there's the pagoda, and that's pillared out as far as there. That's fine. I'm being attacked by bees. What else is new? Flipping bees, they're so annoying. Yeah. I've been considering putting in a proper road over these dunes. Why? Because of this. It slows me progress. And I don't want things that slow me progress. I want my progress when I'm travelling from point A to point B to be swift, please. But no, it's too... now you've spun out. Yeah, I know, but we're getting there. Yeah, we are getting there. Now, this overhead right angle here will... I'm just showing it because it's a thing I'm working on. We'll connect that track bed there up to that one there. Now, the reason that that's not pointing the right way anymore, and that I'll probably end up deleting some of this, is the original kind of foundation track beds that I've put in. They're all placeholder. And as I actually start putting them in, I kind of go, right, there's a better angle you could take here. That firstly means your train's not doing a right angle. I haven't avoided it so far, but I just prefer not to right angle tracks too often. I've even built the flipping junction. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's what you do when you need to amuse yourself, I suppose. But we are nearly there now. Yeah. Now, you will recall from the last episode that the burner base had iron mining in already, but we're not going to be using that as iron mining, or we will, but it will only be extracting the ore to bring out here, which is where our factory is going to be, and we'll be there in just a mere second, and then I can walk you through things. Right. Yeah, how to tell you're at a temporary work site. Yeah, nothing's ready. No, that's just storing leftover stuff. I've been gradually dumping a few resources in there that I'll use later. So this is station 1 of 4. This train does nothing at the moment. I'm using it simply as a measuring stick. This is station 1 of 4. The other stations are in as well. It's got queuing going on as well, because this is pure input. This will be bringing iron ore into the complex, and the complex is going to be flipping huge. This whole... I don't know how best to show you it. Probably from the track. Apologies, but I need you to get an idea for what the size of this thing is going to be before I go off and build it. Because that way you'll go flipping it, you're taking on a lot there. And I go, I'm not even kidding. I am. So here's the track. So this is think of this as kind of the ongoing main line that will then branch out and will go quad tracked as we come around the next corner. So this whole peninsula, it's a very, very small peninsula. This jutting out cliff bit, how do you know that there's no track coming up? I don't know. You tell me. It's the flashing signal. We'll be building out over the top of all of this while trying to maintain a reasonable amount of the natural landscape in there as well, while making it obvious that we've brutalized it. So this is the quad track section. Stand, thank you. So there'll be another 2 tracks. Stand there. There'll be another 2 tracks on the left-hand side as you look at it now for passing traffic, effectively. Everything's going to be an in-out, and this is the final products where we'll be dropping these back out again. Short trains only, because I want the station, the freight stations, filling up regularly. So let's say this, for example, which I haven't renamed any of these yet. Let's say this one is for iron plate. Then these 2 will fill up, and it will then go off to one place only that requires iron plate, unload everything, come straight back, load up again, go to another place that requires iron freight. So these trains are going to be busy. They're going to be in and out and shake it all about a lot. So the next one over, that will be iron rods. And yes, those 2 might end up going to the same place. I haven't 100% settled on any of this. And then this final one will be screws. And maybe add a 5th station to this compound for reinforced iron. Haven't made my mind up. But yeah, I want to be building it in the kind of quantity that is significant. Now, there are 2 core... Oh, the other thing that's noteworthy is the logistics for the incoming... Well, this will be outbound freight. The logistics for that will be below. There's plenty of space underneath this to sort that out. Is this going to be the time where I finally sort out having a nice-looking logistics setup? You know, I wouldn't bet on it. But I think I'm going to have it, you know, at least somewhat orderly in order to make it work. Can we torch on? No, not without turning camera mode off. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave you with shards of light coming through there. So how long do you think this is going to take? I think there's probably 50 hours into what I'm about to build. Right, well, you better go get on with it then. Yeah, I probably should. There comes a point where you have to say, that's just going to have to do it for this month. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 50 hours, eh? Ooh, I think we might have gone just a little bit beyond that. As you can see from the top of the map, there's a lot of trains moving. But we started here, so I thought and I was here, so I thought I'd show you it doing its thing. I've implemented more buffers. These are actually redundant. Don't need these at all. This subsequent sorting hat. No, don't need this. Look, see, they're all empty. And that's because they're free-flowing. Because from here, they're flowing into the ticket machine. Yeah, just mulched immediately. So this is totally pointless. You might go, well, the top belt seems to be entirely empty. And I go, I know. It's something I have to do on a routine, a regular basis, is transfer items from the bottom containers. Let's grab... What should we grab? Let's grab silicon and crystal and this and some of that, right? Yeah, let's just grab some of that and go fling it up the top deck. Why is this so? It's the nature of the trains coming in that does it. Some of the trains empty in there. I'm going to need some of that. Okay. Do you want some more? No, I'm good. You're going to want some of that as well. Right, okay. Dump this. You're going to want a little bit of that. Fine, and then we can probably dump both of those and then resort, and then we're golden. So yeah, so now this will be pumping out top deck. There you go, see? And that'll all get sorted and filed and what have you. No, it's because I'm not running this the way it's supposed to be run. This will make sense to you in a mere moment. And the way this is supposed to be run is this is a drop-off point when nobody needs that resource right now. Oh yeah, I've got a jetpack now. Yeah, I use a jetpack now. I said I wasn't going to, but I do, because it's helpful. So yeah, so I've got how many ticket machines? 2 ticket machines running. Oh, I did have 2. Yeah, no, they're here. Look, you're looking at them. Yeah, 2 ticket machines running. I've repainted all of my gubbins here. This is for dropping the bio waste, bio bits into. It auto sorts and it turns half of it into cloth and half of it into biofuel, which I'm still using. Yeah, I moved the blueprinter out here as well. I don't know if I'd done that before or not. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, that's not why we're here. Right, now, while I drive out... Oh, well, actually, there's some stuff to see on the way. Okay, all right, okay. Well, I'll cut to it in a minute. I've got a little time-lapsey thing of trains doing stuff. You know, and I thought, you know, you lot might like to see it. So when I think that the travel is getting mundane... I'll put in a little bit of time-lapsey trains for you. Anyway, I have started building out bits of road. Not many, some. Some bits of keep it straight, because it just speeds the process a little and makes it look a smidge more organised as we progress our way around the map. Now, how many trains am I running? Oh, that's a good question. Right, okay, so you've got the steel train, 1. Okay, you've then got the crystal train, 2. Concrete train, 3. Is that it? Really, is that it? Yeah, and then the 3 trains out at the Ironworkz. Okay, so 6 in total. Alright, okay. Do you want to see some of those moving into the main station? Sure. Well, look, I mean, you're going to miss out on a bit of road, but I'm sure you're over it. You'll see the bit of road at some point. I mean, it's not that exciting. Yeah, so 6 trains in operation at the moment, and there's 1 that's quite a bit longer than the others, and that can cause a bit of a snarl up over at the sorting hat. It's called Central Command. Don't cheapen it. No, it's the sorting hat. Yeah, but for the most part, it flows absolutely fine. But again, the majority of those trains won't visit the sorting hat very often, and when they do, they should be mostly empty, because it's unlikely I'm ever going to be backfilling the kind of secondary manufactorum to the point that we're overflowing. It all needs to be stashed. Yeah. Anyway, look, there you go. That's enough time lapse for anybody. You can come back around. I need to show you something. I'm facing the wrong way. I turned around because I thought I might show you this now, because I've already started. Well, I haven't. I've laid out where I want it. That is going to be where the station lives for aluminium. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that's where that station's going to live. It's going to live up there. I had this nice idea, because I went looking at where the mine was. The bauxite mine is actually at the top of there. It filters in coal from somewhere else, and I go, great, we can drop that off by train. It's going to need copper ingots, and it's also going to need water, all of which I can bring in by train, which will be ace. But I had this idea of having the factory itself kind of coming out of the mountainside, which should look great. I'm not doing that for months, so... But I spotted where I wanted it, so I thought, right, I'll plumb in the initial what I want. Let's get to the iron place, for it is the iron place. It is quite a lot. Right, you can see a bit of it there, and you go, it doesn't look so important, and you kind of go, well, you haven't seen it yet. It's pretty good. It's not finished. No, that's the big difference this time. I haven't just left it so it can be expanded. No, I haven't even flipping finished it. There is so much more to do on it, but it is fully functional. I also need to solve a little bit of how do I now extend it to be more dramatic, to be more interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's a problem I've not solved yet. Anyway, let's get in there and I'll show you around the place, and then we'll look at some external views, because that's where it really shines. I've got this kind of back cave entrance at the moment, which is kind of cool. You have to drive it quite carefully, but it's kind of cool. Right, okay, we're in. Lighting, need to work on that. What's going on here? There's a station. Right. So this is the ore drop-off station. This will be naught but iron ore comes in here. Nothing else. And it will be taking nothing away. Look at this. Actually almost neat belt system. Almost neat. I think I could probably describe it as pretty finalised as well. Because above here is the foundry works for it. How do I get up there? Well, you built it. You would know. I don't think I built a way up there yet. This is one of the things I've still got to do is build the kind of don't look behind me, okay? Because that's a spoiler for a good bit. I think I've been over reliant on my jetpack. So here we go. Here's the foundry. Now it operates on two floors. It's got way more foundry capacity than it actually needs right now. So at present, it's being fed by just two minor whatnots. Minor twos, I think. No, minor threes, probably. But it's being fed by those. Yeah, I know I'm sidestepping everywhere so as not to give away the big show. So there's another. That's a logistics deck going on there, and then top side you've got some more. All of this will be encased. You can see this kind of glass wall motif over on the left. That's going to go all the way around. It actually looks really good from the track, but I'm going to show you the track last. Right, okay, you ready? Brace yourselves. This. Look at this bad boy. Now, it took me, probably an hour to, no, not to build the whole thing. No, it took about an hour to get the three, because there's a third one. Let's get over there. Right, yeah, jetpack on. To get the third tower, yeah, all three, they're at 120 degree angles, which the game doesn't do. So I experimented with several different means of doing this, and finally found one that works, and it's great. It's properly, I mean, they're kind of, bland looking towers, and I might add more decoration to them. I like this sort of waveform motif that I've got at the front sides on all of them, but I might do more. I'm going to add these piping grab handles here and there, and maybe add the wiring in as well for the external view, just to add more points of interest. But even then, I think there's a sweet spot for it. You add too little, which is what I've got here, and it looks like either it has function, or you've just added that on as a little bit of a desperate effort to go, well, that's a blank wall, isn't it? And I think you need. So I mean, if we were to say there were two items here, right? You've got the cable run, and you've got this pipe. Ignore those two pipe holes there. I mean, you wouldn't count them in this example. Then you've got the colour change going on. You've got these gubbins down the bottom, excessive cable attachments around the bottom because it looks nice. It also happens to help with the jetpack. But yeah, I think instead of 2, you would probably need 12, maybe 20, as many as 20 different odds and ends on the outside to make it look like all that stuff belongs, rather than just being a nod towards set dressing. Yeah. Anyway, you want to go inside, right? Yeah. Well, that's a bit that's not fit. Look at this. Look, it's gorgeous. I'll turn my torch on. Just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Can you reach this from anywhere? Not unless you've got a jetpack. No. Yeah, I know. It's one of the things that I haven't figured out yet. Which is the one that's most done? I think it might even be screws. Is it screws? No, you can tell from there. In that case, it's probably iron plate. Yeah, here we go. Iron plate's the most done. So you've got 5. I know, that's nice, isn't it? Isn't that nice? Yeah, directly inspired by Aliens. Yeah. When they're going down into the sub-basements of the atmosphere processor, all of that. Yeah. That's where that's the design mode. Obviously, they didn't use yellow; it was more blue. But there you go. So each floor. Is it each floor? No, you've got logistics floor and processing floor as usual. You've got 5 on each one. which is nice. All blueprinted, and then later I worked out I had the blueprints the wrong way around, so I had to do it all again. But setting these up has proved to be really simple. This blueprint setup that I've got, I think it's the first one I've done that actually incorporates 2 floors, torch off, rather than 1. So you have the logistics floor with the factory element on top, so that everything is perfectly aligned. Saved an awful lot of hassle. No, you've fallen off there. Now this is iron plate. In the screw factory, they all have exactly the same interior layout, with maybe a slight difference in the screw factory, because the first couple of floors I've got them making iron pipe, so that the screws have their own resource coming in. You can see these aren't working at the moment. Yeah, why is that? Don't know. Oh, it's probably blocked output rather than anything else. Yeah, it's blocked output. They're maxed out. We're not outfeeding fast enough. So this is full of plate then. Yep. Okay, why is that? I know why it is. Right, the reason why it is because the station can't fill up while the train's in there. So even if it's not fully full, while the train is in the station, you can't interact with the storage thing there. I've got buffers all along the way for storing extra stuff. Oh yeah. It's, I will have so much iron plate in the system at the moment. It doesn't bear thinking about. So there you go. So 5 floors at the moment. So this is going 25. I would say that would be the number. Yeah, 5, 10, 20. Wait, you can't count. Yeah, 5, 10, 15, yeah, 20, yeah, 25. At 5 a floor. Yeah. I mean, and that's more than enough for what I'm doing at the moment, but the whole idea of it is that the little trains coming in and out, they'll be dropping it off at other places to go and make other things. And part of me goes, well, instead of making more primary resource now, why don't you go on to something manufactured that you can make? Because that way you can start using some resources rather than dumping it all at Central Command. Here's the CD underbelly. So we've got screws going on here. There aren't that many coming through, and there should be a lot more. Yeah, which section of screws is this? This might be the screws that are heading to the reinforced plate setup. What's going on in here? Yeah, that's just ingots. Yeah, that's just ingots. Right, that's empty. Yeah, I should put some signs down here so I don't have to pay. That's ingots. You can say, we've not got a shortage of stuff. Oh no, that's plate, that's full. Yeah, anyway, I did build 4 of these bad boys. I thought, well, whether or not I change it later doesn't really matter. Wow, you're not getting screws through very fast. What's going on with the screws? I've got them supercharged. They were belting out screws at a rate I couldn't keep up with previously. Now, the screws coming into here, they're being split off. Actually, I think it's splitting off maybe a quarter of the screws that are being output. Either way, I know how many screws you need, and I'm definitely making lots. Yeah, you see, I mean, that's why I've overclocked all of these, is because I was bringing in screws so fast it couldn't hope to keep up. Oh well, never mind, don't care. I'll fix that when I need to. Well, I've got more work to do here anyway. And then we come down to the stations. Am I going to enclose these? I don't think so. I think I'll leave them open. So here's bad boy plate, which is the reinforced plate. Yeah, and it's docked at the moment. They have a 5-minute dock time, or wait till full. Then over here, there's my iron plate. That's totally full up. And that will be because the stations at Central Command are all full up. So it can't unload. Yeah. Minor problem, but hey-ho, it's all good. So they'll be running around with nothing but full trains right now. And I think we might actually jump on this one. Yeah. Okay, yeah, jump on. I think it was just finishing as we got in. No, there we go. See, just finishing now. Optimistically dumping in some screws. And then we'll go on a merry adventure. which will be merry, because I say so. Yeah. Yeah, and then we'll get a good view of the stuff. I think we'll get a better view coming back. But, I mean, who really minds? Right, and we're off to see the wizard. Now, the track here, I'm going to need to do a bit more work on it, but it's mostly there. You'll see parallel tracks galore. I said there were going to be 4. There's probably going to be 6. So for the bypass track having its own in and out. Every track has, every station rather, has a dedicated in-line, but a shared outline. If that makes sense. So the route in, they have one to themselves. On the way back out again, they share it with everybody else. We got a good view here. Well, you kind of see the scale of it. It is vast, but it's unfinished, and that's, you know, a little irksome. Now the trains choose the best paths, and I don't know why they don't opt to take that line there, because that heads towards Central Command as well. So I don't know why they don't choose to take that one. I might grab a train at some point and drive it myself just to make sure all the points work, but don't know. No. Yeah, that's the old water pump for aluminium, so that will be coming out soon. There's almost nothing left now of the original burner base. Concrete pagoda. Yep, nice. Nice. All of this is small scale stuff, you know. It's not producing anything like, you know, your massive builds, but I wanted nothing but points of interest. That down there, that's copper, and that's what we're doing next. I was going to do oil next, but that's copper, and we're doing that next. That's the original copper harvesters, and I'm still going to use the same location, but I've got a really nice idea for it. Yeah, you're going to have to wait until next month, but that's what I'm going for next. Yeah, right, so convoluted junctions everywhere. Super job. Now, I think this approach here works perfectly at the moment with the number of trains that I've got. I've had to do some signal respacing, so, you know, if you see a signal that isn't aligned with a post, it's because I've had to move it. And it's because of the one long train that I have come in. Now, there will be long trains coming in here on occasion, so that makes total sense. Right, as you can see, we've got, what, two full containers. Oh, this is why it front loads the, this is why the bottom belt gets all the action. It's going to try and unload them, and then it's going to put them all straight back on again. It might empty a little bit into the station, but the station is jam-packed. And the challenge is a really tricky one, because at best, each one of these freight platforms can only carry out 2 belts worth of stuff. Right? So if you want more than 2 belts worth of stuff to be exiting the station at once, tough. Can't be done. You won't be running the belt at full capacity. So, yeah. Yes. When I've got this working smoothly, there'll be no backlog at the sorting place at all. It'll all be, I mean, it will literally be just leftovers. What's that up there? That's the what's it ore that you make quit wire out of. Oh yeah, yeah. What's that called? What's it ore? I think I just told you. You weren't paying attention. Pay attention. Yeah, all right, fair enough. Yeah, good. Now every train right now has a either wait till full or wait until X minutes has passed, and I think I've got it set up so they always wait until X minutes has passed, because as much as cool, yeah, I know, it's great having another train in motion, super. As much as having loads of trains rocketing around all the time is great, by the time I've done, I will have lots of trains rocketing around all at once, but I will not have the station capacity at those shared stations to actually be able to deal with them. So having a little bit of bandwidth in these things is arguably a good thing. Anyway, you'll get to see the way that these independent rails operate. This is oil down here from the original setup. This is what I was going to do next. If I do the copper thing real quick, I don't think I will, because I've got quite a clever idea for it. Then I'll get to oil. So maybe oil, maybe not. I'm hedging towards probably not. And whether oil comes after copper or whether I do aluminium after copper is going to be largely based on what I'm running out of. Probably aluminium. I get through a lot of it. Right, so you can see the towers already. They are geared to go up further, which they will definitely need to do eventually. And then you've got this kind of greenhouse encasement idea going on for the factory. It looks great, but it doesn't glow quite as much as I'd like it to. No. Yeah, so I mean, you know, you can't win them all. Are these full? Yeah, mostly. Yeah, mostly full. Is that full? No, it's got 500. That's all it's managed to do in the... Well, it's probably 1,000 because they evenly divide. You've done 1,000 screws in that turnaround time. That's nowhere near enough. Yeah. Nowhere near enough. Nothing like as many as I'm going to be needing to export. But then, once I'm making use of them elsewhere, I will know where the shortcomings are. I will know how much I'll need to ramp things up. The one thing I do know for certain is that I can pump out way more ingots than I actually get through. The ingot processing is coming along quite nicely. I only just covered it in, but it's coming out on 3 belts, and as you can see, they're jam-packed. Yeah, constantly jam-packed. I load balance these all over the place to make sure that every belt is optimised for... Don't waste my time, bruv. Yeah. I haven't finished the casing of this drill yet. This is, as I said before, this is being fed by two miners at the moment. Yeah. So there you go. That's that then. Yeah. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work, and I haven't done. But I think on an architectural basis, you can see where it's going. But I'll be coming back to this on multiple occasions. Let's turn on the full glamour look of it. Get the sun in the right place. Yeah, where would the sun be in the right place here? That's not awful. I don't like that I can see my stupid jetpack hands. Well, you are using the stupid jetpack. Yeah, come on up, please. Is it the jetpack if it's the electro pack? That's the one I'm using. Probably yes. Yeah. Either way, there you go. That's what I've built. I'm very, very pleased with the look of it. I'd just like it to be done. And then simply be ready for expansion. As I expand upwards, when I get to the top deck there, I don't know if I'm not going to make it fatter. So I might then bring it back into the original width again as it goes up for the next tier. But as it stands right now, I've got enough room for maybe 3-4 more processor floors within each tower. Yeah, good. Yeah, so next up, copper. Whew, yeah, right. I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for watching. I play this game mostly as a bit of downtime, you know? Just for a bit of downtime. It allows me to not have to think about too much and just flex a bit of designery while tootling around, and it's really jolly good fun. And that you're enjoying watching the output of that is quite heartening. So thanks for that. I'll catch you next month with the next instalment. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, because that way you'll know when next month's has come out for the next instalment that you should probably watch. Your choice, obviously. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.